Orange Silvers.
I wonder if the neighborhood market has these.
Can I look at the other side?
Yes, get that back.
Hell yeah.
So I have the Valkyries and the Goblins to pick from. You have the Centaurs and the Dwarves.
I got the hobbits and the Argonians.
So the point of this game is to get points. The ways to get points are to do research, which you spend magic to do. The first level costs 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. If you ever get to the 5th level in magic, that ends the game. So if one person gets to the 5th level, that's going to end the game. The other way to get points is to spend or to build the tower. So whenever the build action comes up, you can spend or to build the tower, and then you get points based on how far you are in the tower. If anybody ever gets to the 6th place, then the tower is complete, and that will also end the game. The other way to end the game is to have all of your little meeples. Do you want white or blue?
Someone put black for me.
Oh, I don't care. Somebody put it here.
I'm blue, I guess. The other way to end the game is to get all of your little people on the board. So your little meeple people, if they are all out on the board, then you win the game. So everybody starts with their little castle out of their bag, below this at 0, and they start with their little book-shaped thing. It's kind of shaped like a book. It's kind of shaped like a shoe. I'm not sure what it is. Anyway, it's like lightning greaves. Yep, and the little book thing goes below your thing here, because you're not even in the first part here. So the other way to end the game is to get all of your people on the board, or on a board, and then the game won't end after that. At the end of the game, you count points for how much you built in the tower, how much you've researched, and then also how much you get a point for each person you have on the board. You also get 2 points if you have a castle. So if you control a castle, you get extra points. Pretty sure it's 2. Let me see. Oh, see, Oh, Capital City is what it's called. So Capital City is worth 2 victory points to the player who occupies it at the end of the game. If it's shared by 2 players, they each receive 1 victory point. The Capital City does not provide any resources. So the only Capital City we have is on Matt's card. We also have swamps, which will produce random resources. So I don't know if you can start the game. Oh, yeah. Gotcha. Each different race has different special abilities, and you'll unlock those special abilities as you take the research action and spend magic to gain it. So like the bottom one will be the one you'll get first, and they're all sort of themed in different ways to try to do sort of different strategies. Like my bottom one over here is if I lose war, then I may spend, you spend 1 less than your war power. So basically, if I lose, I basically get a resource back, is what it sounds like. If you lose in a war, you spend 1 less than your war power.
What are the factions?
So what?
The factions.
What does it say?
It says here, draw a card from the faction deck, and then you become that faction.
Cool. Yeah, so with them, they're very random on different things. So basically, all the cards that aren't in there, these are the faction cards.
Oh, okay.
So you'll get like random powers, sort of, than a more strategic one. My Goblin one here says, when patrolling, you may move 2 instead of 1. So patrol action would let me move 1 unit from one place to another place in the same sector. But this would let me move more, so the Goblins can move around a lot better.
And like everybody has been out, and one person's like,
So in this game, there's 3 different types of resources. You have your magic, which is for resource, or which is for research. You have your food, which is for putting more units on the board to build your little people. And then you have ore, which is for building the tower. Magic can be used to fight other people. It counts as 2 points when you're fighting other people. And then ore can be used to fight people, but only counts as 1 point. For this starting game, We're just going to start with 3 food, 2 magic, and 1 ore.
Which one's ore?
The red one is ore, the green one is magic, and the yellow one is corn. That's food. On your little boards here, the different colors will produce those different types. So yellow will produce food, red will produce ore, and green will produce magic. The little mystical swamp here, it'll produce any type, but a unit that is in there basically can't leave that area. So whenever you move a unit into there, he'll be laid down on the side, and he can't leave. Yep. The little mountains and stuff are basically like impassable terrain. So like if I had a person here, I couldn't move them down here because there's this impassable terrain that kind of goes around here. So like yours is kind of sectioned off a little bit, so it makes it a little bit harder. But yeah, that's basically it. The only difference is Matt has the capital here. The capital doesn't give you any resources at all, but whoever controls the capital at the very end of the game gets 2 points. So Matt on his board has the thing that can give you extra points.
He doesn't occupy it yet or something?
He gets to pick where his people start. So everybody starts with 2 people in the same space on the board. And you kind of want to put it for like the resource that you're sort of going for at the start, I guess. So I guess I'm going to put that there. But you can put it anywhere on your board.
New rule!
No,
So you figure out what you're doing. I don't know if I want to
I'm
do
gonna be the king one. I'm gonna put this way.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do the goblins. Down, down to Goblin Town. Oh, my lad.
And what is the little stars mean again?
So this is just the magic. So you get magic resources by being there. I'll go ahead and talk about the actions because it'll make more sense for like the rest of the stuff. So the first type of action is patrolling. So patrolling means that you can move 1 person on any board, and they have to stay on that specific board. So if I'm here, I can move 1 guy over into this magic area, and that'll be my patrolling thing. The way all these actions work is when it's the first person, when the person chooses an action, clockwise from that person, they're allowed to take that same action or harvest. So when you take the same action, you basically just do it too. So if I picked patrol, and patrol is what I want to do, then Hector could then patrol, or he could harvest. If you harvest, then you basically get resources for all of the people that you have on the board. So if I have my people like this and I harvested, I would get 1 ore and 1 magic. If I had both over here, I would still only get 1 ore, because I only control 1 ore thing. If I had 1 over in this magic swamp, I would get 1 of any type that I wanted. But people that are in the magic swamp can't leave the magic swamp. So like you don't want to start both your people in the magic swamp because they'll be stuck in the magic swamp forever.
Oh, what's the boot do?
So this is your research, so you just put that below that. That helps mark
Oh,
what
right.
level you're at on that. So patrol lets people move, and then it would go clockwise, and they'd be able to pick whether they move or not. Questing is like patrolling because it lets people move, but you have to move to a completely different board on a border. So you could move, I could say, okay, I'm questing, so I'm going to quest to Matt's cornfield here on his map. Or I could go, okay, I'm going to quest over here to Greg's magic thing over here.
That's the swamp.
Magic swamp. So this guy would be stuck in the magic swamp, but he would technically be over on Greg's board. And whenever I harvest, I would still get the things from the people that are even on other people's boards. But these are only connected from like the edges of the board, so like this capital city is hard to get to because it's not on the edge. So you kind of have to like fight your way in to actually get there. But like anything that's on the edge of the board, like this magic place, you couldn't quest straight to that magic place because there's water around it. And I think that red one too has water around it, so you couldn't get to either of these places.
Unless you're with more people.
Right, unless you're specific people that have like that sort of thing.
That just gave it.
What was I gonna say?
Purples.
So, like, for instance, with my cards, since I technically only have borders and fields, I can only go 2 fields and then expand.
No, you can go to anything on the edge. So if you had people on this field, whenever someone quests, you also have to leave from the edges. So you would have to be on one of these edges,
Yeah.
but you could go to like this magic place, or you could go to
Okay.
the swamp, or you couldn't go to this, or you could go this on this side, but you can't go to that.
Yeah.
Because there's rocks here and there's water here.
Okay.
So it just has to be touching the edge. Building. If you build, whenever someone chooses to build, they spend the amount of ore here in the red, depending on what level they are, and they put their thing on that place. So if I was here, I could spend 1 ore to move this down to 0 to move my guy up here, and then I'd be in the first level of that. Then Hector could go, and he could do that, or he could harvest, and then you could go, and you could do that, or you could harvest. So everybody has a choice of doing varying what you do, or just harvesting and getting resources. Research is the same way as this. You pay your research. So for the first level research, it costs 1. You can pay 1 magic to get your thing on the board, and then you unlock that special ability. When it gets up higher, you would have to pay 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 to get those. Then expand. You gonna shut the door?
No, okay, I'm listening.
Whenever we start playing, we shut the door so we can actually hear a little bit. With expanding, that's how you get more people on the board. You have to pay food equal to the number of people you currently have on the board plus 1. So for your first person, it costs 3 food.
Okay.
For your 4th person, it costs 4 food. So it just costs more and more food the more people you have to actually expand.
Okay.
Then the trade action, you can trade all of any good for the same amount of another good. You can trade as much as you want. So if like I was here and I did trade and I said I didn't want these food, I get rid of 3 food and get 3 magic instead. So I could switch out the resources I had.
Okay.
And that's basically all the different things. But basically, we're going to take turns picking which thing we want to do, and then everybody clockwise from that person gets to then harvest or do the same thing. So sometimes like the strategy is, well, I'm going to research right now because I see that Matt can't actually research this turn because he's already spent his magic, and sometimes try to lock specific people out of stuff. But if they don't do the thing, then they're just going to harvest and they're going to get a whole bunch of resources. Combat. So the only other thing is combat. So whenever you move a meeple, like Matt, let's say your guy's here, and I move one of my guys into here, then we have a war. So the way war works is we both take the die, and we secretly select how many resources we're going to put towards the war. This is basically like Doom combat. So the amount of resources you pick, you spend that amount whether you win or lose.
Okay.
The magic counts for 2 points. The ore counts for 1 point. So the max you could do right here is 4 or 5. So you could spend 5, and then you have to spend all of this.
Okay.
Because that counts for 2, and that counts for 1. But you have to pick a number in between 1 and 5, and you put that secretly on your die, depending how much you think I'm going to spend. And then we both reveal, and whoever has the highest would win. But ties go to defenders unless there's some other sort of thing, because there's a lot of special abilities that change up all the different rules of the game.
Okay.
But then, like, if I beat you, like, say you picked 4 for some reason, or, like, a lot of times you might not even, like, I could know for a fact I can beat you because you've already, okay, you researched your thing, and you spent an ore to build here, so now you're only down to 1 magic, and I still have all my stuff, so I know I can beat you as long as I spend 3. So I'm like, okay, I spend 3 because I know he can't spend more than that. So it's like, at that point, it's like, is he just going to spend 3 and beat me? Should I just spend 0? But if you spend 0, if he thinks he's just going to spend 0, I can just spend 1. And I might be able to beat him with the 1, and then I'll save extra resources.
So then you spend 2.
So then you spend 2,
okay.
and then you beat
Or really
me.
1, I guess, because you win.
So it's like the kind of like mind games and seeing what actual resources that people actually have to be able to beat. If we both pick the flag, which means we're 0, then basically we cohabitate in that space.
Okay.
So nobody dies at all, and we both can gain resources from that space. And basically we're
Do you want
both
to negotiate?
currently allied in that space.
I'll bribe you not to open my bag.
If you die, your guy goes off the board, but it'll cost less food to get a guy back out because
But
I don't know if you heard, but food costs.
Yes.
Yeah, it costs extra the more people we have on the board. And also there's some weird thing about the way the turns work when there's 5 players, but I'll figure that out. I think it just like skips to the next person going first or something like that.
Sounds mysterious. So.
Happenings.
What?
50 opposites.
You didn't take halflings?
But I'd rather be a lizard person.
If you bid for peace and the other player goes to war, they lose 2 resources. Asshole.
Although they do seem very powerful.
If you create an alliance, the other player gains a resource of their choice. If you create an alliance, you gain a resource of your choice. Okay, let's just cohabitate.
Yeah, it
Both
just
get a resource.
skips. So like whoever starts the game, once we've placed all the tokens, then when it comes back to that person's turn, they don't actually get to go first. They actually go to the next person going first. So it's kind of weird.
Friendly man.
Okay.
So do our starting people start anywhere we want them to start?
Yep,
Yeah.
so they start anywhere you want them to start, but they have to be in the same space.
What?
So they both start in the same space. It's your starting colony or whatever, wherever you want to be.
What?
Also, the max amount of units that you can have in a space is 2. So to build more units, you have to have them just
Move
one
first.
person there. So you have to kind of move.
So I
out
can't buy
first.
immediately.
You can't buy immediately. So let's roll to see who goes first. Let me roll it not off the table. Let's roll to see who goes first. Oh my gosh! If I rolled the other one, 5. So let's go. 4, 3, 2,
The other die
5.
Roy.
That's by me.
Back to
How did that even happen?
9.
Oh,
Ooh.
Phil's got that big old 9.
So I heard it.
So Greg, so the way this works is you pick one of these things, and the thing is the person that chooses the action has to take the action. They don't have the choice of
Give me the
harvesting.
card. What? I'm gonna have to do a thing.
So basically, you choose an action, you have to take that action, and we get to choose clockwise. So Phil gets to go, then I get to go, then you get to go, then you get to go, and from there we choose whether or not we're going to harvest or actually do the same action as you. So we're either going to mirror you or we're going to harvest. So we would all just get the resources of the space we're currently on.
But it only counts for 1.
Yeah, currently, if you harvested right now, you get 1 food. But if you spread this out like this, after something else happened, whenever you harvest, you're going to get 1 food more magic.
Gotcha.
And as you get more people, the more stuff you can get.
Planes, please.
This one here? Or the
Yeah.
war? Okay.
Planes. Let's get it started!
Y'all are just going to take each other out of the game right at the very
No.
beginning.
Alliances, sir.
But you use centaurs?
Yeah, man.
Dude. I guess
Those
when
are
we
fucking
actually,
centaurs.
whenever we actually start getting the powers,
Both
we can
don't
just let everybody know.
powers.
We start at 0. No powers.
It'd be terrifying though. I'd ride into battle on you.
Okay, no, so now you get to quest to go on another person's
Skeleton
board,
on a spider.
or you can harvest and
You
get.
can't duplicate actions
One magic.
in a round? I'm gonna harvest.
Nope. You're gonna harvest.
I'm gonna harvest. So you just get 1 magic and your food stays there too.
I'm going to quest over to here, and this guy's stuck.
Can't get there.
Okay.
So does he just have to sit a turn out and then he can move next
No,
turn?
no, he can't move. He's stuck there.
Holy crap. So he's there for good. That's what he said.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Okay, so now that Phil's harvested, nobody else can?
No, everybody else can harvest. So now you get
I
to
can't
quest or
harvest.
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 So you get 1 magic. So move your
Yours.
magic of 1.
Pabs. Come on, Pab.
I'm going to quest over here.
See, I thought about that, but I didn't want to be right beside his dudes because I knew he was going there. But you can do that, man. Do it all you want.
You really want.
So now,
Ziggy.
now it's your turn to go first. So now you pick one of the other actions on there. Let's try to. I guess let's put this in the middle, and if you need me to describe, put it back in quest. Sorry.
You put it back on quest and you like it.
We'll just kind of leave this here. If anybody has any questions, we'll put it face up for the camera.
Question.
If anybody has any questions, we'll answer them. But yeah.
I'm going to patrol.
Oh, so now you're moving. So that kind of makes me really.
So
nervous.
Hector,
Okay, so you patrolled. I'm gonna harvest. So I'm gonna
Mayonnaise.
gain.
good or bad?
What is it?
Mayonnaise.
I'm gonna gain
delicious, nutritious,
1 action
or no thanks, don't like
or
it.
1 magic
Mayonnaise?
and 1
Mayonnaise.
ore. So
Oh,
I
I
got
love
1 ore here, and then I get to choose. I'm gonna go with magic.
When there's no, when there was no butter at home, like I will just get a toast and mayonnaise. Sorry, that's what it is.
Confirmed.
So you love mayonnaise?
Myth
Yeah.
confirmed.
So Greg always talks about how Colombians love mayonnaise.
Not really.
Dude, there was this awesome.
He
office
said he was
job
gonna
to
do a test where he was gonna get like hot dogs and bring them over here, and then just
put
set
like
up the
ketchup
mayonnaise.
and mayonnaise and see which one you
See
use.
which one you and Danny use. Or he's just gonna be sitting there watching.
Well, like
Creepy.
for hot dogs, I
Creepy.
use both.
Because my
He
sister-in-law,
puts mayonnaise on it, too.
yeah, I use mayonnaise on mine. Yeah. But my sister-in-law is Colombian. She's like, oh, I'm not all about mayonnaise. I mean, I eat mayonnaise, but I'm not all about it.
No, we are.
It might have been your approach. You might have should have done the scientific checking first.
Where I was like, hey, mayonnaise?
Not that.
I think with her, I was
Okay,
like, I heard
So
you like
you
mayonnaise.
can either patrol, or you can harvest. So you can either get another magic, or you can move one of these dudes, which they're technically not laying down. You can, because laying down means that they
Let's
can't
get
move.
some food, man.
So
What?
you can move one of these guys to
feeling
either of these spaces. Okay. You can't. Oh, can you go? Okay.
And I think you have the spirit of the halfling in you, so all this is gonna happen.
And harvest.
Your turn. You can either
Or you just blow
move.
me off the map. I don't know.
You can either move.
But I have lots of
or
food
you can
to
move that guy. You
waste,
can either move that guy or you can
I'm
harvest.
gonna harvest. So I'm gonna gain.
One food and one of anything.
I'll get a magic. Food and magic.
Greg,
Next.
you got a food and
And
a
a
food. Holy smokes, that guy is so foodies. Okay.
It's true about me, which you've heard.
So now I go first.
Al
I'm
Madrigal
going
had a
to-
really good bit on the Daily Show where he was saying about how like the Republicans are trying to get the Latino vote, but like the Latino vote is not like a monolith. Like there's all these different countries and cultures and this stuff. And to illustrate it, he basically posited that what you don't realize is that Latinos are the most racist people about other Latinos. So he went out on the street and he would ask like Puerto Ricans, like, "Hey man, what do you think about Colombians or whatever?" And so the first one that he asked about Colombians, he goes,
I'm
they
gonna
love mayonnaise, man. They love their freaking mayonnaise. And that was like the thing. So then
build.
I
So I'm gonna spend one ore to start my guy on the building track.
mayonnaise? She
You
said
can
no.
spend- You can spend one ore to put your building on the first thing, and that'll get you 0 points. But you're starting on there. So if you spend one ore, you can go over here on this thing.
It was hilarious because they were just
So you
doing
can spend
all
one
of it.
ore,
It
you
was
can
crazy, man.
Is this one right?
Yeah, you would basically just take it off the board.
Yeah.
So now you're on the board. Matt, or
Nah, I'm gonna go with 2 in food.
Food arms race. I'm gonna go 2 in food as well.
close smokes.
Centaur's a lizard man.
I do.
He just lays a lot of eggs.
Yeah.
It's really not a lot of action. Just in one round, just one penetration, and then just a huge egg sack.
Cool.
So I can either do the
I gotta-
You can either build or you can harvest.
Shrimp
So you can either
cocktail.
gain one of each of those, or you
In
can
a,
spend one of the red.
in a Salvadorian restaurant in LA.
You're gonna
And
gain.
they bring this like because I already had it.
Okay.
I'll tell you in a second what it is.
You get to choose. So your choices left are research,
We'll never get to
expand, or trade.
Research.
Okay. So we put a little shield on research. So you have to research. So you have to spend one magic to gain your first
talk. I
thing.
can't get much more food, man.
Well, magic to what?
You'll spend one magic to put your little book on this, and now you have this special ability. And read to us what that special ability is.
Okay. When you lose a little man in war, you gain 2 corn.
You get 2 foods. So
Sweet, jeez.
if one of his
Get
guys
your needs
dies,
back.
he gets a food.
Yeah, so don't mess with
So I'm
me.
going to spend one
What
magic.
race?
Full on cannibalism.
I'm going to spend one magic.
That is.
And now, when patrolling, I
Why are
may
you taking
move
your turn?
2 guys instead of just
Why are
one.
you going?
Yeah, why are you going?
Yeah.
Oh,
no
I
one
go
cares about
last.
your move.
So now we know what it's gonna do.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Spend his magic somehow.
Unless somebody attacks me right now, which they can't do.
So
Well, I
they
can
bring
do
me this margarita glass style.
So here's a hint. So these are only going to come up so many times in the game because this has to like fill all the way up and then go back down and fill all the way up. And you kind of sometimes you really want to take your opportunity to get on the track with these because then when they keep coming up again, people are going to get ahead of you. I mean, you could just stockpile resources and try to like fight people, but it depends on what you want to try to do.
So margarita glass,
And I will take.
full
and
of shrimp, I assume.
and a
Yeah. And,
So you're
and
just
it
gonna
has
keep
like
getting
this
stuff.
broth
Yeah.
in the middle.
Turtle.
The shrimps are hanging from the edges.
Greg,
Now I have to talk. He's
on
trying
the
to tell a
board.
story.
What do you get?
I get +1 more power when defending on planes.
Nice.
Um,
So you can put your little book on your first section.
so
So what's
like,
you paid one?
Yeah, instead of
What is
taking
this? Like, there's like
research
cilantro,
action,
it's just-
I made trade.
imagine like Maruchan
Cool.
shrimp,
Yeah.
right? Like
So
This
you're a
is the
trading
point.
guy. So
The
mine is
reason
I
is
can
because
patrol
of
with 2
Colombia.
guys instead of just 1. So my guys are very mobile
They
when
give you a
doing
little
patrol action.
plastic disposable cup. They put mayonnaise like that much,
Damn.
shrimp without the tail, ketchup, onions,
So
lime, and lemon.
Anywhere where you already have
Awesome.
an OG, you probably don't want to put it there because
That is
it'll
delicioso.
We went to the
expand or harvest. I
probably.
think you should probably expand so now you have a
Can I do
bajillion
it
food.
twice?
No.
I was gonna do the same thing.
Flip the table, walk out the room.
I have a feeling
Can
you were
I
gonna have like a
move,
super big power.
or do I have to be in the same square?
Huh?
I have to be in the same square, right?
Yes, they have to. You basically had to place them where you already have another dude.
That's gonna cost me 3 to do that.
Can we make an alliance and cohabitate the capital city?
Yes, but then you only get 1 point each for it instead of 2 points.
Okay.
I went to the
Okay,
Hispanic Culture Festival.
build a
whatever they had in
dude
Winston-Salem. It was
or,
awesome. I took my kids. So Rowan got like a big
or
old like
harvest.
fresco with just like
Yep,
spears
3
of
for your first
watermelon,
one.
and we just laid on it with lime juice. We just like were squeezing like 4 limes on it. He loved it. But I saw they had I don't forget what they called it, man.
Okay.
I can't remember what they called it,
I just spent 3
but it
to
was
do
corn and
something.
mayonnaise. So basically, that's what it was. It was a plastic cup. It was a styrofoam cup.
Are you going to expand so you can spend 3 to put a dude in either of those spaces, or you can harvest to gain 1 of each of those again?
If I and which one is what is the power that is going on right now?
Expand.
It's expand. So basically, you spend corn, you spend food
How
to
many?
put dudes on the board. So it takes 3 to put a dude on the board.
And
You
and
put
it
one of
has to
those.
be.
It has to be in either one of those spaces.
So you just did you just force me to trade, basically?
Yeah, kind of.
No, because
Okay. I'm gonna
you don't get to pick first. Phil gets to pick first.
So I just lost a turn. So they take this styrofoam cup.
Yeah, because you got to pick
They take a
first.
squeezy container of helmets, and they just go.
So you pick out of any of the actions.
Then she takes a bunch of steamed corn and puts it on top. Then she opens up a container of Kraft Parmesan cheese, you know, the really fine
Yes,
powder, and she just goes, "Murder that bitch with cheese." There was like a 3-inch layer of cheese, and then she just shoves a spoon in there and hands it to me. So I did what any other like white American would do. I threw a ton of hot sauce on there, mixed it up, and killed that thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I was drinking out of the cup afterwards. It was so good. But yeah, it was
in-
mayonnaise and corn. That was what I got.
In LA, we always hear like these ding 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 ding, ding like carts, and like just imagine like somebody selling ice cream. But it was like a Mexican dude, and I was like, what? They're selling.
Don't
like,
tell me that they put mayonnaise in the cone. If you tell me they put mayonnaise in the cone.
No. It was elotes, like just the whole corn, right? So they're like, and I'm pretty sure
Okay,
they just
you
put
did
like hot sauce or whatever.
research.
That's it. Like, and I'm like, but then one day I was like, screw it. Like with my friends, we were drinking, so like let's buy corn from this guy. So we go there. The whole corn is completely hot, still warm, and it's already being cooked. The why not? And then he's like, you want everything? Again, we were drinking. So like, yeah, everything.
I'll research.
First thing is mayonnaise. It's just and then
I researched again, so now I have. If I
Spicy,
win a war, I gain
like
1 resource of
salty,
my
whatever,
choice.
and lime,
Awesome, dude.
and then there you go. Just
That's
literally
awesome.
just eating mayonnaise, just like
Yeah.
Your
That's the
turn.
best part. You can pretend like it's a vegetable.
So you
Like,
can
this
either
was a
research,
Uh-huh.
which costs you 2 now instead of just 1, and you'd basically have no resources at all.
I don't wait. It costs 2 of those or 2 of
magic.
anything.
Costs 2 magic. And then you get that special power, whatever it is, it would unlock it. Or you can harvest.
Oh, you can use both. If I go 1 up, you can
Yep.
use both.
Yep, you basically have, from the research point you're at, you have that power and all the powers below it. You also get a point, like you get 2 points for being at this point on the research track. So then you get 3 points, 4 points, 5 points. And then the 5-point one always gives you extra points for specific things.
Because the game ends at that point.
Mhm.
But yeah, that was awesome.
Right? Did I do that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Cool.
I did have a fruity refresco too. I don't remember what I put on there, but I think I put like the chili powder, salt, stuff on there. It was really good.
So what's your power now?
Oh,
I can patrol through any
Hikama.
non-adjacent region
The
or
what?
I had
territory.
big old spears of like hikama.
Gotcha. So you can just.
The white kind of. It's a little bit like
Okay.
coconutty.
Okay.
Jicama.
Greg, are you going to?
Jamaca.
Wait, you're already on the first level of magic, and you only have 1 magic left, so you cannot. So you
Yeah,
have
thanks,
to
whoever
harvest.
that was.
Good.
I'll take
So does
all
he
the
get
food in
2
the world.
food or
He gets 2 food because he
Because
will
of the-
controls 2 food regions. So you get the resources for each region you control. It doesn't matter how many
Nah.
people you have on it.
Hikama, I think that's what they called it. It was really good.
Okay, so now
That's
it's
about
my
it.
turn.
No. Yes.
We're just gonna continue to have a discussion about good Mexican food, Latin food, because I guess the corn really isn't Mexican corn. At least I didn't think it was. But yeah, that's pretty much why I went with street food. It was so awesome.
I'm going to
Like, I like
patrol.
tacos,
So when I patrol,
some,
I can patrol 2 people. So I'm going to put 1
croquettes.
person here,
That's
1 person
ridiculous.
here.
I was looking for Cuban coffee, but that didn't happen.
So if I confirm these 2, I will actually get 2 magic.
So I was
Huh?
talking to my Spanish professor. I was explaining a bit how magical it is.
Uh-huh.
I was like, but my problem is that my sister-in-law.
So you can move 1 dude if you want to.
My sister-in-law.
No, not to a different space. It's patrol, so it's on the same board.
On the same board, you're bored.
Nice.
Okay,
Right.
Matt.
I'm gonna go over to the mountains.
Weird. I didn't get to move for free, so I mean that's cool, right?
Say what?
I get to move for free, so I mean that's cool, right? They could just shut me out of the mountains, man. So when we harvest, we would both get an ore if we cooperated.
Yes,
Cooperated.
but you have to actually cooperate. He's currently at better resources than you too if you try to fight him. Cool.
Not an amazing move, but
That's kind of an amazing ability.
You always just go for the
so I
capital.
can't go back.
I mean, you could move into the castle, but that doesn't do anything for you right now.
Right, it only helps at
Just
the
me
very
pulling
end of the
out.
game.
Do I have
Hey,
two
Danny.
willpower? Because I have two dudes.
Hey,
Who's
he's
it?
in
Oh, Danny?
Mexico.
Nice.
Such a new. Hey guys, this is Danny. Just dropping in to say
Hi,
hi from
Danny.
Mexico and see the other beaner, Hector. Made it. And Hector is such a noob.
Thanks, Danny.
Danny, do you like mayonnaise? Research. We must know. Is he from Colombia too?
Yeah.
Let's see. I can just move somewhere.
Or you can just harvest. You get
Same damn board.
You never need food in the rest of the game. You can just get off of it.
Yeah, you can just keep expanding.
Also, you can't have more than 9 of any resource. The problem is food doesn't help you with combat.
Listen, Hector says LOL. Please.
Okay. Phil. Movement. How you gonna move, sir?
Patrol? Patrol? Are you gonna troll?
I'm going to.
Okay, doke. Your turn to choose. You can choose any of these
I
things.
choose war. Actually, no. The quest, please.
De quest. Where are you questing, sir?
So now I can do that.
Okay, you can do that, but here's the thing: the combat is based off the number of resources you have, and you have 0. But you can go. These places are free. There's a ton of free, but there's a completely empty, random thing over here, so you
Okay.
get whatever magic you want.
Yes, please.
Yeah. He lays down, so he's stuck there.
You can
so,
check it anytime you
harvest
like, but
or
you can
quest?
never leave.
You'll have 3.
harvest. So I get a food, and I get an ore, and I'm gonna take another ore.
And what we're doing is expand, no.
No, we're questing, which you're the one who picked it, so you get to go to that board.
Okay, so what is expand?
Expand is where you put more people on the board, but you have to pay food to do it.
Or a star, in my case.
Oh, now you can expand the stars. Cool. Quest or harvest?
But not expand? I'm so confused.
Yeah, not expand, because nobody chose to expand yet. Someone has to choose it, and it
Why
probably
did
will
you
get
just
chosen.
explain to him how it worked? I'm so lost.
Because he was asking how it worked.
Did you ask how it
You
worked?
could totally move your second guy from here
we
to
expanded
be
last time.
all over the place.
Can we expand last turn?
Not last turn. We expanded last round.
Yeah.
Throw me. Man, magic is just straight up locked up. Good God. I can
One
go
of
back
these
to
guys
here,
could
yeah.
go right there.
Yeah, I guess give me magic over here.
There's also a magic space right here.
That's not bordered. Or it is
It is
bordered.
bordered.
Sweet. So what the hell's in that?
But you could help defend your guy, I guess.
Whatever, dude. I got people coming for my swamp powers.
For my swamp powers. Okay, doke. And you, sir? You can quest to another area.
The king is dead.
Actually, I'm gonna harvest.
Okay. I'm also going to harvest.
We should go
I'm
there.
going to get. Goodness gracious. I'm going to get 1 magic granted, and then I can get 2 other things. I will get 1 ore and 1 food.
Am I not up there? Whatever happened to David? Where are all these people at?
David, he's still
Chat.
around. He comes into chat a bunch of
Oh, there it
times.
is, Gregory Powell. Sweet.
Your turn to choose first, Matt.
I got no points.
You were here for like a day or something. I don't remember.
Was that the one that you guys like called me at like 10 and were like, come over to play Rex? I was like, I left Roy's house at 5. I have a family.
Yeah,
I was super pissy. I got over here, but I really wanted to play that game.
Man, you smell splendid.
What did you just do, man?
I went to the bathroom.
You guys done already? How long is that game supposed to last?
It takes 10 minutes.
Nuh-uh.
You guys gonna pick something else, or?
Dude,
It takes 10 minutes.
We did the game really well the second time.
Oh, gotcha.
What?
You didn't play with all the expansions then?
What?
Clear.
So you quested?
No, you
Nah,
Oh, you
expanded.
expanded. Oh,
So I don't
darn
know
it.
either.
Darn
1,
it.
2, 3, 4.
Nobody sure?
Expensive dude.
I'm gonna harvest.
I've never played that.
Not really doing
We got out.
Hey,
before
hey,
the
hey,
second
hey,
door
hey,
slammed.
hey, hey, hey.
Yeah.
He loves mayonnaise.
Oh, yeah?
Told you.
That's cool.
So I explained the bit.
I like mayonnaise too, man.
I explained the bit to my Spanish professor.
So expanded. What'd you do?
And I was like, yeah, you know, because he was talking about how just because they speak Spanish, they're not Mexican.
I
They're just
get
trying to help us
that.
go out into the world
Mhm.
and not just assume that they're Mexican.
I think I'm gonna get.
We did that so well.
He was also
You want
talking
to
about
play
like
ghost stories and see if we can beat it?
different turns of phrase and words and things that would clue you into where people are from.
It's the game that
Wait,
we
Mexican.
Wait.
You now
We've
know
never won.
where.
Harvest.
We've
You
never
probably
won.
need to harvest.
Yes.
Nice.
So 2 blues, I mean
2
greens,
greens and 1 of whatever you want.
and 1 of corn.
You can do this.
Food. Right?
Yep.
Only when we talk, you'll announce this.
I know, right?
So I have to do the last action.
Well, no, you can
Right.
just
How
like
many does that play?
It's only 4.
You can build on
I can watch.
Build or trade.
I like to watch. Let's go.
That's
I know
weird.
you do.
Let's do it.
He's gonna play.
If you guys want to play, let's trade.
Hey, what's that?
For like any other thing.
What about that
You can trade
fireworks
one
game?
for Brandon.
That was good.
That
Hanabi?
fireworks game was awesome. Let's play that one.
We'll trade
I don't. I think it's only 4 also. It might be 5.
I think it's 5.
Yeah, we
It's
played
in
the
that
last
clear
one.
thing.
It's in that clear thing right there, and the rules should be in there too.
Let's go.
I'm gonna trade. I'm gonna go down 2 food and go up 2 magic.
Where in the clear
So your
thing?
magic's really cool.
In one of the boxes,
I'm trying to
random
fight
boxes. I
people.
think one of the green boxes.
Great.
So I'm gonna trade as well, and if I trade, I gain an extra resource.
So I explained the whole bit. The whole bit, did the whole thing. And I was like, yeah, you know,
That you trade?
this girl,
Yeah, so
Colombian,
I'll trade
just
it.
asked her, she said no, it wasn't true. And he just looked at me, and he's from Spain. He was raised in Spain.
Yes.
He was like,
I would get.
Colombians really do love their mayonnaise.
It's-
And I was like,
If
validated.
you
It's the
trade
only thing I needed to know.
the types
So
of
then I
trade
went
points.
forward.
Yep, so you trade 1 more for 2
Funny
points.
is that
You can trade like 2 more.
Have you asked me like out of the blue?
Three.
Don't say anything about mayonnaise.
It doesn't
like, I will
double
put
it.
beans
You
way
just get
ahead
1
of
extra.
everything else.
Oh, really?
Beans and like a version of tortillas. Arepas.
What is it?
Arepa
Uh-huh.
is imagine a tortilla, but it doesn't
Okay.
bend and it's a little thicker.
Oh,
So
I'm
what you
going
do is
to
it gets toasty and then you put
plus. Sorry guys, I'm out.
1 of each of these
Butter.
and
And shredded
1.
Actually, that's pretty good.
I did think it was really funny that this guy was trying to introduce us to this concept that, you know, we needed to be open-minded and not everybody's Mexican.
Your turn. So you can either trade, which what trade does is probably not going to help you much. You can
Yeah,
trade
yeah,
all of
yeah.
1 good resource. I'm trying to play the game.
Start writing notes down.
Get his phone number, text him. No, I'm just kidding.
He's in the chat. Is Daniel still there?
He hasn't replied to the mayonnaise thing. You might need to text him, man.
Well, he's probably
Internet
enjoying the
sucks.
last night in Mexico, so.
No, this is serious. No, I'm just kidding. So you can trade all of
Text him,
1
it'll cost
resource. You can
50
trade
cents.
any amount of 1 resource for another resource. So basically, you can trade your magic away to get food, or you can trade your magic away to get ore, you can trade your corn away to get ore, or you can just harvest and get more
Drama.
stuff.
It's dramatic. You don't have a kind of medium.
What?
It's like a drink from Peru.
Yeah, I'm gonna do 2 more greens and 1 more yellow. Harvest.
Cool.
Is the name.
Seems good. That
Trade.
it's
I'm
true.
not going to.
My professor's
so
explaining
I'm gonna
things
do
so that we,
it.
you know, are open-minded and maybe just don't assume everybody's from Mexico or whatever.
Gotcha.
Pretty cool.
But, hang on, I got
Greg
that one still.
chose
I'm trying to figure out.
And you went first, so you don't get to go first now.
So basically, I make basically like a prejudice statement.
Which-
Like
what do you
Colombians
say?
love
I'm
mayonnaise,
just trying to figure out
and
what I want
the guy who's trying to expand our horizons is
Oh,
like,
okay.
they do love their mayonnaise.
That's okay.
I was like, awesome. You've proven my point. And of course, he's from Spain, so you know he speaks the only true, you know,
Yeah.
Espanol and all that. But he does that thing with all the
What do I
wisps
wanna
on
do?
the seas. You know what I'm talking about? And you're just
Well,
like,
Yeah, it's very strong.
I think it was the C's. Was it the C's or the T's?
No. All the S's and Z's.
Oh yeah.
Like,
he just had this.
This is how it's out. Vamos, hombre, que las cosas vamos, hombre, que las cosas en España tienen que ser muy así.
That's how he's. Well, he
Yeah,
was a
that's-
little bit.
That's the Spanian accent.
He sounded like. He just sounded like. I don't want to say
going to
like gay. He just had that sound where like the
So
lisp,
spin
like the
three.
lisp sound. It was just very
1,
bad.
2.
I'm trying to think of a good example. You never heard the man say entonces. So
Research?
I know it would be weird.
Do you want to research or do you want to harvest?
You can definitely research.
I have to spend 3, right? 1, 2, 3. But I haven't even been in a fight yet.
Well, you know I'm not going to come fight you because I can't move.
Oh, I'm gonna.
Unless you quest from over here. You're like, I got the space I want. I don't really care about the rest
I'm
of it.
gonna take another corn and 1 and 2. Harvest.
Oh, he's got
See,
all
he's doing
that.
some research so he can start beating some folks up.
Yetensei.
I'm going to spend magics and go up.
What happens then?
I can quest instead of patrol or vice versa.
That's kind of cool. Lizard man, they're slithery. He's just slithery.
Your turn with the researching or the thing.
Harvesting.
Is this new? Am I?
Yep.
That was great.
Sounds like it was me.
That was weird.
That's you.
That was weird. Why? Somebody's out there just getting into it. Oh, good, they unlocked.
I did park a little close to your neighbor's yard.
He's like, he says,
Like
you
pushing your
suck.
luck
Like Cardinal doing.
I could just set it off again.
Yeah, which would you like to do? Research
Harvest.
or harvest?
Habitat.
Filthy harvesters.
I really needed this for last turn, I think.
So let's. Dun, da, da, dun, da, da, dun, da, da. It's tiny and it's epic. Sort of. Kingdom.
I appear to have harvested.
He appears to have all the food.
I'm at 4 food. I was at like 7 a few turns ago.
I will harvest.
Okay, your turn to pick.
I want to tell you something really cool, but it's going to take too long to explain. So this game is kind of kills socializing. How's Target treating you? Good one.
We're on the camera.
I forgot.
Little guy for corn.
Just when you go back into the VOD, you're
Expand.
just muted. So start talking chipmunk again.
And I can do that, right?
Yep.
Let
So
me
you
tell
have
you
to
a tale
spend.
about
Wait, how many people do you have on the board?
1, 2, 3.
So it costs 4 if you have 3. So you probably don't want to pick that action because you can't do it. Actually, you can't.
Why
do
not? Yes, I can. You might expand uses.
it. Yeah. Okay.
Do it. These people strong.
So 4. I have to
Yes, it
spend
costs 4, so you can spend.
1, 2,
Dude, I can't even expand.
That
Me
works.
neither.
I have 4, but I can't do anything.
and it has to go in one of these, right?
No, you can. You only have 3 guys, though, right?
That's 4.
Oh, no, you get that on the-
Yeah.
You guys are the people that are ahead in expanding.
Which is worth
My
no
man.
points.
Which we can't do anything.
No, it's worth
No
points.
points.
Each person's worth a point.
Oh, well, then where the F are you guys at?
Okay, so I can't expand, so I'm gonna harvest. I'm gonna take 1 from the magic.
Same,
Plus.
Phil, your turn.
I'm up to that. I'm up to that.
Did you say cast on the lotto? Because that's awesome.
Wait, what did you
Yes, it's 4.
I had to harvest. I had no choice. I couldn't expand.
Oh, okay.
I did not have enough
You have to put
resources
it in
to
the
expand.
square with somebody, or
You have to put it in a square where a person already is. I will also put another person on the board.
Ooh.
Well, that was everybody. So Matt, your choice.
I would like.
What's up, nerds? It says Cake Sword.
Hey,
That's
AJ.
AJ!
Anthony.
I'm gonna,
Anthony. Put the glass.
I'm gonna spend-
Nerds.
Dragon. Okay, so I'm building.
So I'm the goblin. He's the undead. He's the lizard man. Centaurs and humans.
I'm the
That's not nerdy at all. So I don't even know what you're talking about. This is not a nerdy.
Phil, Phantom Man. You're the Fano Man. Good job.
Fano Man.
Yeah, it's like there's one in every group. Like when you
Who's
play
the Fano
superhero-
Man? Yes, I am.
When you play a superhero role playing game, he's the guy who plays the character in armor who has no powers. Yeah, I don't know what AJ is short for.
Who's the other one?
That would be me.
Oh, that's
It's Carl. Just call him Carl.
Carl!
Carl Papa.
Carl!
People's hands.
Okay, what happened? What did you
I'm
choose?
built.
Oh, you built. This guy's like building things. And man,
What did
You need red to build, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Carl Anthony Joseph.
Just over there like screw this next song.
Oh, it's my turn.
I hope we don't sound like chipmunks this week. It was 30. There was 30 minutes where we sounded like chipmunks. Did you end up hearing it?
Yeah.
What
It
happened
was terrible.
I harvested.
What happened
Like a
was Windows. That's what happened.
I was gonna say if you want me to, I can bring that microphone. I just don't know where I can put it.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't the microphone's fault. It was just
Windows straight up in.
my computer got reset. I really wanna.
Carl
get on
Papa
board,
Baby!
But harvesting doesn't
Is that how you pronounce that, Carl? I'm
I'm
not
not
sure.
behind on it. And this guy's not gonna pass me on it. I'm gonna get
Baby,
resources.
I got your money. Don't
So I'm
you
gonna
worry.
go 1, 2 green, and
I'm pretty sure you can't do that. I read the rules once.
another ore.
Magics.
What did
I
you just do?
harvest.
Are you at 3 magics?
Oh, you harvested.
You're the gate master.
Harvested.
Are you at 3 magics?
I'm at 4 magics.
So everything's reset and you're gonna go on 1.
No, you have a choice in the things that are left.
What?
Yes, you can
Trade
quest,
something?
patrol, or trade.
What happened was?
Quest, patrol, or trade.
This is messed up, y'all. Why are you trying to steer me towards patrolling?
Because you need to get your people in other areas.
Nah, you trade.
No. Why do I need to do that?
Because you need ore.
Because he needs to
I'll
get
patrol.
places.
Patrol.
You would turtle. You would turtle the F out.
Oh, you're
Look at this
patrolling?
turtle over here. There weren't a lot of options left.
This isn't turtling.
Jeez, that whole map is full.
You're turtling. Look at you, man.
I'm
You're the only
surrounding.
person. Oh, never mind. Hector
What
is
is
over
the
here
option
too.
again? Sorry?
You may move your guys among
Yeah, I need to
among
move.
your cards in the same territory. Whatever.
So I'm gonna use my thing to quest instead of patrol, and I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go over here.
You son of a.
So the next round is gonna get interesting, right? Because we're gonna start to fight.
Mm-hmm.
It just depends on what people are gonna do. We could have already been fighting for a while, but the thing is, like,
Turtle.
you don't want to fight someone that's gonna smash you.
Turtle.
I mean, you can.
We just did patrol, right?
Yeah, so you can get a quest or trade.
Quest or trade.
Quest trade.
Questing seems really lame now, seeing that
No, I can.
you
Oh, yeah,
just don't want to
first-
trade because you're good at trading.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna trade.
Why is he
I
gonna
would say
trade?
everybody's all spread out, so
So
questing
when I
doesn't gain
trade,
more
when I trade
resources.
4, I get an extra 1 off.
That's one of his. That's his second level ability.
I'm
I'm definitely gonna harvest.
gonna trade.
Are you gonna harvest or
magic?
I get an.
I'm gonna
Or
harvest 1, 2,
I'll get
and
magic,
red and red.
and I'll get.
So that sounds really fun on the thing. Sorry.
So that was my turn. I harvest.
Okay, so I'm gonna harvest. I get 2 food. I get an ore. And then I'll go up into magics.
Nice.
It's magic time.
Okay.
That was horrible.
What did you do, sir?
That's horrible.
You can only do 1 action, 1 trade.
Trade or harvest is the.
Should I get a cookie skillet or actual food? What cookie?
Actual
skillet?
food, man.
Hey dude.
Are you at ECW? Because you should get.
Cookie skillet.
If you're at
Cookie skillets are
ECW.
the bomb.
No,
What's a
man.
cookie skillet?
It's like a
If you're at East
like
Coast
a-
Games, you need to get
like
some
a cast iron
wangs.
skillet, but they bake a cookie in it.
Is
and
that
they put
East Coast
ice cream.
Wings?
Wangs.
There's
There's a few places.
they have
They have
them
them. They have
at
all.
hams and.
I traded
Well, I don't
those.
know where you are.
Hey, don't go to Hams.
My wife's in chat.
If you're at Hams,
She's
you're
in
at
chat.
Hams.
Is that hey dude?
Did she text me?
If you're in chat, or if you're in Hams,
She's just in chat.
She just straight up texted you. Should I get a cookie?
She's at Chili's.
Not Chili's. It says not
Not
Chili's.
Chili's.
Oh,
Can I get a
not
rolling?
Chili's.
Not Chili's. I shout at the sky. Not Chili's.
Also, we're playing a
Okay,
game, so
I'm
we're
confused.
guessing
Not
which
Chili's or
one she's not in.
Okay, Roy, your
Does she
turn.
want to
Yeah?
harvest it?
Oh, it's not my turn. It's Christine because I went first.
You son of a.
What you want to do, bro?
Hector!
Cookie skillet.
Yay.
Not Chili's. Chili's.
She wouldn't ask me because I don't like sweets. So
I would definitely
Wait,
get a
is it a
burger.
chocolate chip cookie skillet or like a snickerdoodle skillet?
Bill.
If it's a snickerdoodle skillet, you wouldn't have
Building.
asked.
This
Right,
is-
right. If it was a snickerdoodle skillet, you wouldn't have asked. We're building.
That's the option. Would you put the bullet, please?
I will put the bullet. It's technically a shield, but
We need
same
to
thing.
talk to him. The guy with the EDC over here.
What? I'm also gonna build.
I guess I'll build.
Oh wait, it takes two.
It takes two.
I finally got on board.
I'm gonna follow suit and take 2.
Why am I on the board? I should just save that for something more meaningful.
Well, that's what red mostly uses for. It counts as one war, or you can build with it.
Yeah, it's either building or fighting.
You should just keep your magic at 9 and then just quest like crazy. What you got? What you got? You got nothing. Don't come to me with your weak
Burrito bowl.
Combat can wreck other people, but it also slightly wrecks yourself because you have to spend resources to fight.
Yeah.
So it's like you have to be far enough ahead to be able to take someone else out, but then also be good to go.
Are you good to go?
That's pretty awesome.
Oh, no, that was everybody. So Matt,
Reminds me of that old Taco Bell commercial, do the hand thing.
Burrito bowl skillet cookie? I don't know, man. Snickerdoodle?
got
So we're
another
gonna
down the
say-
board.
Yeah,
Oh my god, are you serious?
gotta expand.
That's fine.
I hate
It's
so
5
much
for
right
me,
now.
so I go down
So
to
my
1.
special ability is when another player expands, I gain a food.
Nice.
Did you eat somebody?
He is a goblin.
Screwed up
He's
Tom.
just following behind people.
I'm just gonna drop that guy there.
Spend all of my food.
Burrito bowl.
I did the same thing. Burrito bowl. Always burrito bowl. Always burrito bowl.
But if you're Chili's, you can get fajitas.
Oh, fajitas was really good. I had that last time I was there.
Christian was telling me that bowl like KFC
Are you
is
going
awesome.
to build another person? Oh, you
Yeah.
can't.
I'm gonna harvest the.
Darn it! Phil, if you would have built a person, I could build a person. But no, you didn't build a person. I can't. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't build a person. I guess I
I
need
built
to
a
I can't build a person. I only have.
I understand. I just wanted you to have one more food, but you didn't. You failed me. That's what I'm trying to say.
Now I can build somebody.
1, 2. He's not gonna build either. For my free ones, I'm gonna go that one and that one.
Roy's gonna blow somebody the F up.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep my magic. Oh, this guy
So
is pretty good too.
1, 2, 3, 4, right?
So you need
Yep,
5
so
food.
25.
five
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You can spend the food also, but the food you probably need to get rid of if you're gonna just be spending magic.
1, 2, 1, 2. And then you got it, right?
You can spend your magic for anything?
He can spend his magic for food.
Yeah.
And I get another food because he did that.
He eats arcane.
Good strategy.
Dust.
Good strategy. Keep him Roy
Basically,
spend 5.
instead of feeding his people to get more people on the board, he's just raising them from the dead because he's undead. Okay, well,
Let's not talk
Greg's
about
turn.
undead.
What is the name of that Pokemon? Charizard or something like that?
Which Charmander?
Charmander.
That's actually Charmeleon, but okay.
Holy cow.
Nerd.
How many are now? I know when Pokemon started was like 120 or
There's
something like that.
151 of the original.
650 something.
No, they're more than that.
Cattle City.
The latest XY brought it up to.
Is there a lot of it?
800.
Is there a lot of them like expansion of the same, right?
Okay.
It was kind of meh. There's some neat ones, but it's
I
not.
played XY, that's not very nice.
I heard-
I quested, stop. I quested.
Requested.
I quested, stop. Take your turn, then take the castle.
Okay.
Bullet. Question. Be ready to decide if you're going to quest or not. You guys over there. If you're going to harvest, just harvest.
Actually, I'm gonna harvest.
Who's this person? Rank Rabbit?
Nice. That's my brother-in-law. No doubt. I'm so glad we're being viewed by Chili's patrons. Eating at Chili's, watching people play board
So,
games.
I heard they're finally gonna do more EV evolutions. The next one.
So you harvested?
Yeah, they're
Well,
doing. They're supposed to
One
pilot
harvest
the
also.
dragon and the ghost EV.
So I get one of these.
I'm really looking forward to those.
Here's some at Yu-Gi-Oh!
Still get
Hmm?
one more of these.
Talking about Yu-Gi-Oh.
No, Pokemon.
Close enough. Japanese card game.
And one more of
And
these.
the Yu-Gi-Oh! Dice Masters.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and
I'm the best. I'm beast at this game.
one of each. One yellow, one red.
Pickleball.
One red here, one yellow. One there.
Slang, and
Gotcha.
So I'm gonna get.
Trillo is his brother-in-law.
well,
I killed a pickle dog in his honor
well,
yesterday. I think I drank the beer for me.
Oh yeah, my brother-in-law played this game and he was the undead and he won by
Wow.
by like 2 or 3 points, something like that.
Hey
Which
Troilo,
is actually a
Troilo, do you like mayonnaise? Alright.
Man, I don't know.
You should
The sad thing
ask
about that
every
mayonnaise-
single person if they like mayonnaise today.
The sad thing about that corn thing is that I could totally do that at home and it would probably be just as mind expanding and awesome. Do it with like
something
feta
about-
cheese.
But you just
There's
you would
something
feel
about
just
that-
wrong just being like corn and mayonnaise, corn and mayonnaise.
It's a different thing when somebody
You
hands
know,
it
I
to
did.
you.
Exactly,
You know?
I did until I ate it, and then I was like I said, dude, I was ready to like peel layers off and lick the cup out. It was awesome. Like I just wanted to do it like.
You're like,
the
I'm just gonna eat the cup.
Probably had more fiber than the
I don't know what ase trampa means. Get to
Greg
work.
has-
I'm gonna trade.
Ray has trampa. I said trampa. Oh, that's in Spanish. My bad.
What does it mean?
They're saying that you're cheating.
Oh, I took the cheats. I made the cheats.
What'd you do?
Trading.
You traded?
Yes, I traded.
With who?
Why are you doing
Because
these
my
things?
special ability gives me a trade.
I don't need any more resources.
Well, I'm not playing for you. I'm playing for me, aren't I?
Gosh. Well, I get to pick what's going on next anyway. So we're gonna. I can't gain any magic. I guess I'm gonna gain 1,
Alright, type something in Spanish in
2.
response.
3. That's fine. It's fine, guys. It's fine. It's fine.
So I'm just gonna max this one,
Oh yeah, that sucks. See, you lose a magic point too because you can't go any higher.
and then I'm gonna one of each. One red, one yellow.
Okay.
So I'm gonna gain.
Me and Hector like combat. Come at us. Come at us.
One red.
The problem is if we clashed, it would just be like, oh my gosh, how many do we actually bid to fight on? Because like we could both bid. I mean, obviously I could win, but I wouldn't want to spend a bajillion.
Yeah.
18. I could spend like 20. I could spend
23.
20. Yeah, which would be stupid because I'd lose all of my resources. But it's like stupid how much attack power I'd have. What did you do?
What was the action?
I harvest.
Just
Trade.
trade.
Trade. So you can jump your food up to where your magic is.
You
gotta just keep making
work
people.
for you. Suck it.
Sorry, wrestling. So jump 2 foods, 1 ore, 1 magic. Harvest. Next player, action turn, free.
Why? Something already built.
Why does it say Greg le encanta la mayonesa? To Greg, he loves the mayonnaise. Not mayonnaise, salsa rosada.
I'm gonna research
ketchup
steps
mayo.
before 1, 2, 3, 4, and I go to here.
There's really
So now if I
Encanto,
lose a
is that
war,
really
I
the right
get to
word
spend
used
a
for that?
resource. I get to steal a resource from the other player if I lose.
I'm getting a verdict here.
So that's what we're doing. Is that the one you choose?
Yep.
What is he doing?
1, 2, 3.
Research.
When another player loses a little guy, I gain 1 coin.
Oh, so if anybody
Pinch
dies,
peeps.
then
Oh jeez.
I'm finally gonna get mine. Whenever I expand, I may move a critter onto another adjacent territory.
I want to do this.
so you get to move also.
Yes, I get to move when I
That's
expand.
really good.
Thank you.
Mine is when you move into a region, you gain a resource at that time.
Wow.
Whoa!
I'm doing mine. If I pay for war with only one type of resource, I gain +2 to my war power.
That is retarded.
I am a human.
Wait, say that again?
If I go into war and I pay with only one type of resource, I get 2 extra points.
Nice. Okay, how did we mess this up?
Who did it start?
Oh no.
It's not
So
really
it would be
true.
you, but now you get to pick first. So this is like the last round for a complete round. Because it'll go back to Greg picking first after we go all the way around.
I still didn't bring my chips and salsa, but I didn't go home. I just came straight from work, so. Casual Friday.
Nice.
See, now you're making me think. When I don't have like dipping like sauces for chips, I just grab my ketchup, make like 1,000 island.
That's awesome, dude. That's what I said.
And-
It makes ketchup and mayo.
Yeah, and I put a little bit of lime, a little bit of spice, just to make it a little different.
Nice, man.
I'm expanded.
Is that the poor man's salsa?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm
Poor
way
man's
too
salsa.
poor. Way too poor. To
I had to use all
expand.
my food to do it.
Way too poor to expand.
Oh, you're expanding?
Yeah.
So 2 food again. A magic again.
It's not that funny.
And and then the capital.
Huh?
Now, like. Alrighty, we expanded. You're taking away my special power, man.
It's what, 5 to expand?
If you have 4 people, it's 5 to
Turtle,
expand.
turtle. Oh, Roy, we have yet to go to the carniceria.
I know.
God almighty, we gotta do that.
Better? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, did you expand? No. Did you expand?
No.
You did expand.
Yes.
So I get 1 more for you expanding.
Yep.
And I will put the dude
Roy hace trampa.
right in this place.
Let's see there.
You go.
I have to say, love. The salsa
I'm gonna
verde
expand
pleases
1,
me.
2, 3, 4, 5. So I need a 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And maybe the
Hector no longer reigns magic supreme.
No, but he has the armies
Oh,
of
boy,
the
no.
undead
Oh, boy.
traipsing across the country.
So I went to carniceria.
Sorry, before I forget, let me know when you guys want to go to a taqueria and we'll go eat like a kind of semi-legit.
Oh, sweet, man. We're at.
I mean,
Why are
the
we
ones
going right now? Throw them out.
Get out, we're going to get tacos!
Maria Luisa says you have to say me gusta la salsa verde. Like I have to say the salsa is pleasing to me. I'm not sure. Maria Luisa has some very. Maria Luisa speaks high court Spanish. She is some sort of diplomat or
Not the
something.
people Spanish.
Yeah, not the language of the people. La lengua.
Maybe not the language of the gringo.
And the thing is, in Spanish it's very weird. Like in English we use the whatever, but in Spanish you have to use the genre. So la salsa, you cannot say el salsa.
But I didn't say any. I didn't use any article. I just said I like salsa. Basically, I like green salsa is what I said. Or really, green salsa is pleasing to me.
What are we doing?
I don't know, man. I
You
just
picked.
got this.
Did you? You didn't. Oh, he picked expand.
Yeah.
We went all the way around. You're good. I should have known. Build.
I'm gonna research if it's available to me.
You're gonna research?
Yeah, what? When you reach this level, you may redistribute all of your meeples across any regions of your choice.
Okay.
Plains?
Oh wait, you just immediately get to do it?
Plains. Yeah, that's what it says. You do it across any regions of your choice.
Man, that's. Now I'm generally confused.
Okay.
So,
I'm going to harvest.
You like that power, don't you? You like it a lot.
Is there any advantage if I go to
Oh,
war and
no.
there's 2 guys?
Matt sees what's happening. I'm like, wait, what are you doing?
Wait, what?
If I
Why would I do what? Roy won?
well,
What are you
at the
doing?
very least,
I have to harvest.
if I go to war,
1, 2, 3,
Did you just end the game?
4, 5.
Yeah.
There's just end of the game here.
Alright, well,
Oh,
that was
you
fun.
did ended the game?
Anyway, yeah, you probably want to do whatever you can do to get the most points. Actually, I guess you can't do magic. You can harvest, which isn't.
I meant put my guy back in the capital city.
I get points because do I get
Yeah, exactly. Did you not put your... Wait, no. Wait, no. You
I
can't,
don't
like...
think I'm gonna win. I don't think I'm gonna win, Roy. Call me crazy. I mean, you're right. It's cheats. Let me back.
do I get points?
It is cheats.
Do I get point for this?
It's not my fault he wasn't looking at my board. Matt looked over and goes, oh no! And I was like,
Because, like,
you picked research? Because the thing is, like, I don't know what the points are.
I was hoping somebody would pick move. I wanted to move.
Can I
around.
fight somebody just for the heck of it?
No, not at this point.
Okay. So 3.
I mean, I had a lot of magic before, so I was pretty
so
safe.
So my question is, do these count for any points at all?
No.
Okay.
Oh wait,
They
you just
might
told
be
me
like
yes.
tied.
That's
You just told me yes.
No, they don't count the points at the end
So
of the game.
what are my options then?
Nothing. You can
game's
get
over.
those and whatever. Are you researching? Can you research? You can't research.
Oh no, I can't research. I can harvest. For a whole thing.
And this sucks because my special ability is if I'm tied for or have the highest population, which is the little people on the board, then I get 2 extra points and you have more than me. Alright, so my points, what's the count of points? Let's pick count of Pecker's points. Like your points are 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You have 10 points.
Wait, that only comes out 1, that's it?
Right here it counts as 1. If you want another one, it counts 2. If you want another one, it counts 4. We
Gotcha.
we didn't build that much.
Well, see, that's why I started hoarding ore. I was
So-
like, somebody will do it.
So I have 9.
I know, I really, like, I could have done it a ton, but people kept, like, skipping that phase.
You know what's really great?
So I got 10.
So you got 10. Matt, you are at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Greg, you're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
We did, holy crap.
I would have been at 10,
You
which would have
started
been really
calling
good.
out people.
9, 10. Phil, you're at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6, 11.
10, 11.
Oh,
So
that's
one
pretty
one
close.
point.
That's pretty close.
So basically, if Matt was in the middle there,
Well, I didn't want to contest it because when he moved in there, he was just like, I have everything. And I was like,
right, you don't have magic. I mean, you still have the ore, but it's sort of been.
Wait, so what was it that you were teaching?
No
that he
one
was
fought
going to do?
anyone the entire
So
game.
I was hoping what he would do is he would move somewhere, and then, but what he did was he researched so that he could move.
We didn't fight at all. That was crazy.
Because if he would have just moved, I could have either moved somebody in here.
I tried to keep my magic high though, so that no one would attack me. So I was like, I'm not gonna spend any of my magic. I'm gonna try to keep it up there.
Does it make any make it better that you had 2 guys and somebody comes and fight me? Having an extra person there, no. Or does it make any difference?
Difference. I don't think it makes a difference.
What's the sun
That's the
going?
end of the game. So you guys were at 8. These guys were at 10. Then I was at 11. So
Then
one
I
more.
could have been at 10.
So you could have been at 10 if you realized what was happening.
Still would have lost.
The hula hoop thing.
Oh yeah. Not funny. Yeah,